Hello, I am the Witch of Jasmine and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a reading for Leo Moons. How are you doing, Leo Moons? It's so nice to see you. I'm glad we're back after so long. For those of you who don't know, the reason I've been away for so long is because I moved across the country last month. So the last few months have just been super crazy. So much has been going on, so I just had to take a step back, but I am finally back after a couple months here to give you another reading. I've got Cheralyn with me, just like always. She's sitting over there. Actually, I think she's trying to take a nap. So as I finish shuffling out your cards, I invite you to take some deep breaths. These are coming out super easily today. I love that. Take some deep breaths. Oh, we have a bonus card. All right, Leo Moons. Let's take a look at your cards. So for the Oracle card, we have Memory with Leo and the fire element. For your tarot cards, we have Two of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles reversed, Three of Cups, the Holly King, aka the Hermit, the Moon, and lastly, Two of Athames, aka Two of Swords. And then we will flip over this card whenever I feel like it's the right time to flip it over. So these three cards all really go hand in hand with each other. But I think before I get into that, I want to kind of establish what I think is going on, the situation you're dealing with. I think it has a lot to do with other people. We've got these two cards here, and we also have these three cards here. And also there's a lot of like repetition in this reading, which I think is really interesting. But I'll explain that later. So with these, with the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles, these cards are both about collaboration and working with other people. With Three of Cups, though, it's more of like a friendship vibe. Like that tells me that with this situation, like emotionally, the vibes are pretty good. But it's more so just when collaborating on something, working together on something, that's where the struggle is. So specifically with this Three of Pentacles card, I'll flip it over just for a second so you can see it better. The interesting thing with this card is that we have three very different people. That's how it's usually depicted, as three very different people who come from very different backgrounds. I think in the original Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's a priest, an architect, and a mason, right? Three people who are working to build a church, but they all have their different perspectives, right? The priest says, oh, well, you know, in our religion and our rituals, this is what we do, so we need to have a space to do this. And the architect says, well, if we build out of this material, then, you know, this could be problematic, but if we build out of that material, then it'll help. And the Or maybe the Mason would say that. I don't know. But the point is, they all have their different perspectives. And the idea is that they would all, because they have different perspectives, they all benefit from hearing each other and saying, hey, I understand that I am not a priest, but I do have this experience, and it's equally valid as your ideas and experience, because if we build this church with all of your ideas, but it's not structurally sound, or it doesn't have all of the things that a building needs, then it won't work. You see what I mean? I don't mean to overcomplicate it. I feel like I am. But that's the point of Three of Pentacles, is everybody with different backgrounds coming in and listening to each other, understanding that they don't know everything. They're only an expert in their own thing. Because that's the value of sharing those ideas. So having it reversed, that's a struggle with this situation here. People are not being equally heard. They're saying, well, I think it should go this way, and I'm an expert on this, so therefore I'm right. And it's like, well, yes, that might be true. But in this situation, you also need to take this into account, right? And that's just not really happening here. There is all of this to say the communication isn't good. That's basically what I'm trying to say here. But I think that's kind of the duality of this current situation with this person or people. So speaking of duality, we have the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Athames. And two cards represent some sort of decision or some sort of this or that, trying to figure out things. Two of Athames in particular is about a decision. And we see here, actually, this also has two people talking, And with Two of Pentacles, that's more about balancing two different things. So definitely some sort of situation, whatever you're dealing with this person or people. There's a lot going on here. A lot of these different aspects and facets here. I will say though, having the Two of Pentacles upright and the Two of Swords upright does give me hope. I think that this is something that can be worked through. I don't think that this is like some insurmountable thing, I think it's more just about trying to figure out how to find more balance. Usually, and I should specify too, the kind of balance we're talking about here is usually with two opposites to, like balancing work life, balancing enjoying life, but also being responsible, like two things like that. That's specifically what I'm talking about here. So yeah, can be worked out, can be worked through, but definitely the problem is this, what I explained in a lot of detail, not communicating, by not respecting each other's position and experience and willingness to say, I don't know everything. Maybe you have some sort of advice or some sort of input that is actually beneficial that I just never thought of, or whatever, or I just wouldn't know. Because it's okay to not know things. That's why we collaborate, right? So all of that to say, we're talking about, actually, I'm going to hold that thought. I want to go ahead and flip over this card, and then we'll get into all of this. So this bonus card, we have the Star reversed. Okay. I love this card. It's so beautiful. So I think what you might be struggling with this is hopelessness a little bit. Maybe feeling like this will never be resolved or something like that. I mean, it makes me think that maybe this is like a continual problem that keeps coming up or keep happening to make you feel this way. But I feel like, because like I said, I feel like this is whatever current situation you're going through right now is something that can be worked out and resolved, and likely will be. I'm just getting the feeling that maybe the main point of this reading is that it's just really getting you down right now. And just getting through it this time has been really tough. Or maybe this is a particularly big thing that makes this situation a little extra difficult to get through. But with this oracle card here, which if you're not super familiar with my readings, the oracle card is the main takeaway of this reading. Like, if you're not going to hear anything else or not listen to anything else, at least listen to what this oracle card has to say. It's the main theme, the main message. So this memory card is about listening to your intuition and digging down deep into how you feel. Because I'm not going to say that it's wrong to feel this way, right? It might sound like I'm implying that, but I don't mean to imply it, right? Because our feelings and our emotions are always valid. We're always allowed to feel them, because if you're feeling them, there is some reason why you're feeling them, So this moon card does kind of suggest, though, that what you're seeing is likely, and especially since we have it actually pretty close to here, is likely not what you think it is. There's something not... You think it looks one way, but it is actually something else, and you're just not seeing it clearly. And again, that's not a fault to you. That doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It just is. That's all. There's just more information for you to learn that you haven't learned yet. That's what I'm trying to say. So I think and we have the Holly King here, the Hermit, which, like I said, really goes hand in hand with this card. Taking a step back, looking within yourself to find these answers, to find this strength, to be able to look at things clearly, I think will really help, and will help get you help you with this situation, and then help you get to this more positive outcome, and hopefully help with this relationship. I'm not really sure how much more specific I can get than that. I just kind of feel like maybe for whatever reason there are things that are clouding how you look at the situation, which again doesn't mean that you're the problem. I'm just in the most neutral way possible. I think there are things that are clouding how you're looking at the situation, and if you can take a step back from that or resolve those things, or just at the very least take that time to yourself away from all the noise and the everything else, you will see that there is this light, right? There is this sunshiny positivity that'll hopefully get you that hope back, right? To be able to work through this. And of course, this is a two-way street, or however many way street, right? Everybody plays a role in this, but at least for your side of the role, that doesn't make sense, but for your role in this, your side of the situation, I think that's a really good first step. Plus, I think being able to take a step back and look at things clearly, I think it'll help you find solutions for all of this. I think you're kind of still a little too stuck in the mud to be able to properly see all of the solutions for the situation. So I don't know how able you are to do that, but as much as you are able, I think that's the best thing you can do for this situation. So, Leo Moons, I'm going to leave it there, but if you have any questions about this, or if you'd like any part of this clarified, please let me know. You can leave a comment, or you can just reach out to me, whichever you prefer. If you have any if you're feeling particularly drawn to any of these cards, or if you'd like a little more information about any of them, on the shorts part of my channel, I have hundreds of shorts videos where I talk about each of the cards. I talk about their upright meaning, their reverse meaning, as well as the symbolism within them. So if you'd like a little more information about the cards, I highly recommend you go check that out. But Leo Moons, I'm wishing you lots of luck with all of this, and I'm wishing you the peace and quiet to be able to step away and sort these things out. But I think it looks good. I wouldn't worry too much if I were you. I think it's tough, and I'm sure it's frustrating. And again, I don't want to say that you're wrong for feeling this way, but I'm just saying that to encourage you. Like, I do believe there is a light at the end of this tunnel, and you will be able to figure it out. So I'm wishing you lots of luck with that. But Leo Moons, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!